Okay. I'm trying to keep my shit together. I'm going to keep my shit together. Fuck. Alright, so, I'm going to talk about DOGE and what they're actually doing, and then I'm going to talk about this conservative plan on capital gains tax. I'm livid because there are so many fucking liars out there. So, an advanced warning to realtors who are watching this video. You'll recognize yourself. Don't put your name in the comments, because then everybody else will know I'm talking about you. First, DOGE in the US, because some of you think that should come here. Are they looking into government waste? No! They got rid of over 20,000 IRS agents who are investigating tax fraud. You can't enforce the law unless you got someone following up on it. As a result, the IRS is going to miss out on $500 billion from billionaires and billion-dollar companies. Let's just put that into perspective for a little bit, shall we? What would it cost to end homelessness in America? There were 653,104 homeless people in 2023. It currently costs $46,114.24 per inmate in the federal prison system. That means if the U.S. treated the homeless people like they treat their prisoners, it would cost $30 billion to eliminate homelessness, to feed and house these people. How about just housing them? $11 billion. So that 1 year, $500 billion is 1 year. This 1 year of lost income to the IRS could cover 18 years of homelessness, or nearly 50 years of paying for rent. If they collected that for 5 years alone, they could end homelessness for a century. 10 years, they'd have enough money in a fund to end homelessness forever. But sure, let's side with the billionaires. Let's side with the billionaires, because they work so hard for their money. And now, the capital gains change from the conservatives. The fuck is wrong with you people? First up, from the Financial Post, capital gains tax break for investing in Canada is a big idea that makes sense. Oh, really? Well, first up, there's paragraph after paragraph after paragraph of how much this author hates Mark Carney. Totally not biased at all. Eventually, after you scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll some more, you get down to here. One big idea that was announced by Pierre Poilievre on March 30 was the automatic deferral of taxation on realized capital gains. Just so you know, that already happens in your RRSP. That's right, if you sell an investment in an RRSP, take those proceeds and reinvest them in something else, no capital gains tax. What about businesses? Do you honestly think that people are avoiding retirement or selling their business for a big payout because they don't want to pay the tax? Because the tax ain't that much. Oh, but it'll help people who invest in Canada. No, it's not. What this is going to do is turn the real estate market into a giant RRSP. Overwhelming support for Pierre Poilievre's Canada First reinvestment tax cut. Oh. Dan Kelly, President and CEO, Canadian Federation of Independent Business, CFAA, is pleased to see the CPC announce the Canada First reinvestment tax cut. CFAA looks forward to seeing housing policy at the front and center of this election, because that's where it's going to be used. It's going to be used in housing. Right now, there is no capital gains tax on your primary residence, so this only applies to secondary residences, like investment property. And what this allows is for you to buy investment property, let that gain in value, sell it, take those proceeds and buy more investment property again and again and again and again, tax-free until you die. Oh, but they'll invest it in Canada! They think you're stupid. From PricewaterhouseCoopers, capital gains taxes around the world. What you will find in most of the world is that capital gains are subject to normal income tax. Places like Angola charge only 10% though. Angola. Is that where you're going to invest? Angola? Just keep scrolling through the list. Capital gains subject to normal income tax. Capital gains subject to normal income. You get to Europe, pretty much the same thing. The United States, 21%. That's for corporations. That's for individuals. 20%. But here in Canada, it's 50%. And this is where I caught you lying motherfuckers. Why do I say that? Because as part of getting a real estate license, you need to know exactly how the capital gains tax works. Half of a capital gain is taxable. Half of it is tax-free. And remember, this change has been thrown away. So let's use $1 million. Let's say you have made $1 million in capital gains. $500,000 is yours, tax-free. So let's calculate how much tax you'd have to pay on that other $500,000, because the other $500,000 becomes income. I'm in Ontario, so let's use Ontario. Ontario, $500,000 of income, no taxes paid, no contributions. $223,565 on $1 million. What about if we were in the US? So much cheaper in the United States. Let's go with 21, shall we? Because that tax is on the entire capital gain. So if you made $1 million, you'd pay $210,000 in taxes if you were a corporation, and only $200,000 if you were an individual. A difference of 20 grand. You're trying to tell me people are not investing in Canada because of that minuscule amount of money? This plan would effectively kill all investment in Canada and push it all into real estate. All of it. You think we have a problem now because people are using real estate as an investment? Just fucking wait if this comes into play. Would this help housing affordability? Oh, fuck no. At a time when an entire generation is watching the possibility of home ownership accelerate away from them, this is the most evil idea that could ever be concocted. And some of you support it. What does that say about you?